Have you ever reached out for a hug and felt someone quietly pull away? They didn't mean to hurt you. They didn't even say anything. But something shifted. A grandchild, once eager to curl into your lap, suddenly sits across the room. Your partner leans back instead of in. A window gets cracked open, and your heart cracks a little too. You smile like it doesn't matter. But inside something whispers. Was it me? Did I do something wrong? If you've ever felt that, really, felt that, you're not alone, and no, you're not imagining it. Here's the truth no one tells you. More than 90% of people over 60 develop a scent they can't smell, but the people around them can. It's not your fault. It's not poor hygiene. It's not something you could have known. It's a quiet shift in your body chemistry that happens as we age. A natural compound begins to form on the skin, and without warning, it begins to create distance, not just in space, but in connection. And that's the real heartbreak. It's not just a scent, it's the silence, the hesitation, the way a hug starts to feel unfamiliar, the way you start to question your place in the circle of closeness you once felt so sure of. But here's the part I need you to hear. You can get that closeness back. A simple 3-minute habit, gentle, easy, and powerful, can begin to change the way you feel and the way others feel around you. Stay with me, because what I'm about to share might not just freshen your skin, it might soften hearts and bring someone back into your arms. I'll never forget the moment that changed everything for me. I was 65 when it happened. My grandson, always full of energy, came running toward me like he always did. He wrapped his little arms around me, but then paused. Just for a second. He wrinkled his nose, said nothing, and ran off. It was subtle, but it pierced something deep inside me. A week later, I sat down next to my daughter on the couch, and within a minute she got up and cracked open a nearby window. Again, no words, just that quiet gesture, and I began to wonder, was it me? Was I giving off some kind of smell? The thought stayed with me, gnawed at me. I'd showered that morning, I wore fresh clothes, I used deodorant like I always had, but something had changed, and no one was saying anything. That's when I started doing my own research, quietly, almost ashamed to ask anyone outright, and that's when I found it, a word I'd never heard before, tunoninol, a compound produced by the skin as we age, especially after 50. It forms when the fatty acids in our skin oxidize. It's not like the body odor we remember from younger days, sweat from working hard or exercising. This one is different, subtle. It clings to your skin, your clothes, even your pillows. And the worst part is, we can't smell it ourselves. But others can. That realization hurt. Not because I'd done anything wrong, but because I had no idea it was even happening. That's why this conversation is so important. Not to embarrass anyone, but to bring the truth into the light. Because once you know what's happening, you can do something about it. You don't have to live in silence. You just have to make a few smart changes. This conversation goes far beyond personal hygiene. It reaches into something deeper, something more vulnerable, the quiet emotional wounds that no one ever talks about. For many of us, the scent that comes with age is invisible to ourselves, but it has the power to create distance in the relationships we care most about. One man told me, with a heavy heart, that his wife no longer sits beside him on the couch like she used to. She never said anything, but her silence spoke volumes. Another woman I met in Michigan shared that her grandchildren, once so affectionate and cuddly, had started to keep their distance. They no longer curled up in her lap during story time. Now they chose the chair across the room. These moments, subtle, wordless, and often unintentional, cut deep. They create doubt, confusion, and a painful kind of loneliness. You start to question yourself. You ask, what did I do wrong? Or why don't they want to be near me anymore? And when no answers come, you begin to feel shame. Even if no one has directly said a thing, that's the toll this takes, not just on the body, but on the spirit. The saddest part is that it's not your fault. You're not unclean. You're not unattractive. You're simply experiencing a natural change in your body that no one ever warned you about. And the good news, the empowering, life-affirming truth, is that you can take back control. With a few gentle changes in how you care for your body, you can begin to restore that closeness, that connection, that comfort in your own skin. You don't have to live with quiet distance. You can reclaim your dignity, one small shift at a time. Let me ask you something that most people overlook. When was the last time you drank 6 full glasses of water in a single day? Not coffee, not soda, not juice. Just plain water. If you're like most people over 50, the answer might be, I can't remember. And yet that one habit, so simple and so easy to ignore, could be playing a major role in why your body isn't feeling or smelling as fresh as it used to. Hydration isn't just about quenching your thirst or helping your kidneys. It's one of your body's most powerful natural tools for detox. When you're not getting enough water, your body can't flush out the compounds that build up and cause odor. Your sweat becomes more concentrated and has a stronger smell. Your mouth dries out, reducing saliva that normally helps neutralize bacteria, leading to that unpleasant breath you might not notice, but others do. Even your skin, the largest organ you have, starts to hold onto toxins when you're dehydrated, and that over time changes how you smell. But here's the encouraging part. You can turn this around in just a few days. Commit to drinking 6 glasses of warm or room temperature water each day. 1 when you wake up, 1 before and after lunch, 1 in the afternoon, 1 before dinner, and 1 before bed. And if plain water feels boring, make it enjoyable. Add a slice of lemon or a few cucumber slices. Drop in a sprig of mint. Not only does it taste better, but those ingredients bring their own gentle cleansing benefits. It's a simple act of self-care that supports your entire body from the inside out, and it might just be the easiest way to start smelling fresher, feeling clearer, and living with more energy and ease. We often think about diet in terms of weight, energy, or blood pressure, but rarely do we connect what we eat with how we smell. And yet the food we put into our bodies has a powerful influence on our scent, often more than the soap we use, or how often we shower. The reason is simple. Everything we consume affects our internal chemistry. Some foods leave behind compounds that escape through our breath, our pores, and even our sweat, sometimes for hours or days after we've eaten them. As we age, our digestive system changes. The gut becomes more sensitive, slower to process certain foods, and less able to flush out waste efficiently. When that happens, toxins linger longer and begin to show up in places we don't expect, like the subtle scent that follows us. Certain foods are known to intensify odor. Red meat, for instance, takes longer to digest and leaves behind sulfur compounds that can be released through your sweat. Processed foods and sugary snacks disrupt the balance of bacteria in your gut, which also plays a role in how your body smells. And while spices like garlic and curry are flavorful, they can create a strong, lingering scent. Alcohol and caffeine dehydrate you, which only worsens everything. But just as food can make things worse, it can also heal. Fruits like apples, berries, and tomatoes are packed with antioxidants that fight the oxidation process behind aging-related body odor. Hydrating foods like cucumbers and pears flush toxins and support clear skin. Whole grains, oats, and leafy greens keep digestion running smoothly and reduce the bad bacteria in your gut. And fresh herbs like parsley and mint, they act like natural, internal deodorizers. One gentleman told me he started eating half a cucumber and 1 apple each day, and within 3 weeks, his wife told him he smelled like sunshine. That's the power of food when used with care and intention. There's a part of this conversation that often goes overlooked, yet it matters just as much as how we clean our bodies. You can have the most diligent hygiene routine, wash all the right areas, eat clean, and drink plenty of water. But if your clothes, bedding, and furniture hold on to odor, it will follow you. Fabric, especially the kind that touches your skin every day, can act like a sponge. It soaks up natural oils, sweat, and bacteria over time, even when things look and feel clean. Your favorite recliner, the pillow you sleep on, the shirt you wore for just a few hours, they can all hold on to subtle, lingering smells that quietly transfer right back to your skin. That's why freshening up your environment is just as important as caring for your body. Start with your laundry routine. Use enzyme-based detergent, which breaks down organic buildup better than regular soaps. Add half a cup of white vinegar or baking soda to your rinse cycle. These natural ingredients help neutralize odors without harsh chemicals. Change your socks and undergarments daily, even if they don't look dirty. Wash pillowcases at least twice a week because they absorb oils from your scalp and face night after night. If possible, let your clothes dry in the sunlight. The sun naturally kills bacteria and leaves things smelling fresh in a way no dryer sheet ever could. Ventilation is key too. Open your windows for 10 minutes in the morning and again in the evening. Let the air move. Stale indoor air only traps odor. And for a simple but powerful trick, place a small bowl of baking soda or activated charcoal in your closet, near your bed, or inside your drawers. These natural deodorizers quietly pull odor from the air. Fresh air, clean fabric, and just a little consistency can make your entire presence feel lighter, cleaner, and more welcoming to those around you. Once you've addressed the essentials, washing properly, eating clean, staying hydrated, it's easy to assume you've done all you can. But sometimes the smallest overlooked habits can make the biggest difference. There are a few gentle, uncommon tricks that most people never think to try, yet they work wonders in keeping your body feeling clean, fresh, and balanced throughout the day. These are the kinds of details that may seem minor, but over time, they quietly restore your comfort and confidence in ways you can feel and others can notice. Take green tea or citrus-based body wipes, for example. Most people reach for deodorant or cologne when they want to freshen up midday, but those options can be harsh or overly scented. Green tea and citrus wipes, however, are packed with antioxidants that help break down 2-nonenal, the compound responsible for aging-related odor, without drying or irritating the skin. Just a gentle wipe under the arms, around the neck, or across the chest can bring a light, refreshing reset during the day. Another surprisingly powerful tool, a tongue scraper. While brushing and mouthwash help, they often miss the thick layer of bacteria that builds up on the tongue overnight. That buildup contributes to bad breath and can even affect your body's scent. Using a simple stainless steel scraper each morning takes just seconds and leaves your mouth truly clean. Seasonal shifts also matter more than you'd think. Your skin changes with the weather. In winter, it's dry and needs a heavier, moisturizing soap. In summer, your body wants something lighter that doesn't strip essential oils. Adjusting your soap seasonally helps your skin stay balanced and odor-free. And finally, after every shower, instead of rubbing your skin dry, try patting it gently with a soft towel. Then apply a fragrance-free moisturizer to lock in hydration. Well-moisturized skin doesn't just feel better, it smells better too. These thoughtful habits aren't complicated, but they make you feel in control, cared for, and fully present in your own skin. Let's slow down for a moment and really take this in, because by now you probably realize that this isn't just about staying clean. It's not just about body odor or hygiene routines. For many of us, especially as we get older, this is about something far more tender. It's about the warmth in your wife's embrace. It's about your grandchild running into your arms instead of hesitating at the door. It's about feeling at ease in your own skin, sitting close to someone without wondering if they're pulling away because of something you can't see. Or worse, can't smell yourself. Scent, whether we admit it or not, is emotional. It carries memories. It signals comfort, closeness, attraction, or distance. And when an unwanted smell goes unspoken but not unnoticed, it builds walls between people who love each other. Quiet walls, walls of discomfort, and that's what this conversation is really about. But here's the good news. Those walls can come down. They're not permanent. With a few simple habits, washing the right areas with care, drinking enough water, keeping your clothes and sheets fresh, adjusting what you eat and tending to your oral health, you can change more than just how you smell. You can change how people feel around you. You can change how you feel about yourself. You might find that the hugs come back a little longer, that your partner leans in a little closer, that your confidence, something you thought had quietly faded with age, begins to return. You might even feel in the smallest but most powerful ways like you've reclaimed a part of yourself you didn't know you'd lost. And that is a kind of love worth showing up for, starting today. If something in this message spoke to you, if it made you pause, reflect, or feel understood, then I hope you'll take a moment to let me know. A simple thumbs up lets the message reach someone else who might be quietly struggling with the same questions, the same discomfort, the same silent distance from the people they love. And if you're still here, still listening, I'd love for you to comment below. Just write the word older, or even just yes. That tells me you're not just watching, you're with me. You're ready to take back control, to feel good in your own skin, to reclaim your place in the circle of closeness that may have started to fade. And if this meant something to you, if you felt seen, or if you learned something you wish someone had told you years ago, please share it with someone else. A friend, a parent, a spouse, maybe even one of your kids. You never know who might need to hear this today. You don't have to live with embarrassment. You don't have to carry quiet shame over something you were never told how to handle. You're not broken. You're not alone. You just need the truth and a few simple tools you can use every single day. That's all this has ever been about. Taking your dignity back without judgment, without confusion, and without pressure. Just steady, caring steps toward feeling like yourself again. I'm grateful you stayed with me. I believe in you, and I'll be right here the next time you need someone in your corner. Until then, take good care of yourself. You deserve it.